I'm sure many of us know friends, family or work colleagues, school friends who in conversation have said that they claim to be atheists, that is, that they choose not to believe in God, and others who claim to be agnostic, that is, they choose not to decide whether they believe in God or not. And for us as Catholics, that can sometimes make us feel a little awkward. We're made to feel foolish for believing in God. But the Catholic tradition has always been really clear that when it comes to belief in God, we employ all of our human reasoning, our knowledge of the world, and including our scientific knowledge as well. And all of this brings us to a point where faith in God is a natural step to take, a sensible step to take. It might be considered, as we are in this year, a door of faith. And for us as human beings, using all of our faculties, they bring us to this point, this door of faith, where the next natural step is to pass through that door to a life of faith. Now, there are, for the agnostic, for the atheist, this arrival at the door of faith, or this decision to pass through the door of faith, is one that they are unable to reach. And there's all sorts of different reasons for that. For some, it might be laziness or indifference. It's in our culture perhaps seen to be intellectually credible to be atheist, to be agnostic. And there's also a consequence if we choose to believe in God. When we make that choice, there are consequences for the way that we live our lives. For others, I think there is a sense that in a scientific age, anything that can't be detected or measured by science isn't really real. And so the idea of a God or the idea of the supernatural just seems to be not a real, true idea. For others, I think, sadly, it's the bad example or the scandal that we can sometimes cause as Catholics when our lives don't correspond with the faith that we profess. And that discrepancy leads people to doubt whether God really does exist. So I think during this year of faith, we're called to perhaps 3 lines of action to meet with those whose faith in God is not there, or whose faith in God is very weak. First of all, we're called this year to deepen our understanding of our faith so that we can explain our faith in a credible way to those who ask us. The second line of action, I think, is to strive to live out our faith generously, to think about the way that we live our Catholic faith at home and also in the workplace, that others might see what it means to live a Catholic life. And then finally, I think to have that spirit of openness, that spirit of patience that's willing to speak to others of our faith, to share with them our experience of living a Catholic life, and hopefully to help others see how God is present in our world and in their lives.